What's up, you guys? It's Aniki, and I'm back to do another video for you guys. Another vlog for you guys. Thank you to my new subscribers. Those of you that are new here, my name is Aniki, and I'm grieving. And I'm getting over this flu that LB gave me, my little baby. Those of you that have been here along my journey, thank you. Thank you to my members. But I wanna talk to you guys my aunt who raised me. I'm in Jamaica. I had a dream of her passing last year, September 13th, 2024. LB was born 4 days later, but I had a dream of her passing. And when I woke up from the dream, I got a text from my mom, and it was 3 words: Sandra died today. And that hurt me, it did. I love that woman. My aunt is not here. My aunt is passed. And next month on the 13th would be a year of her passing. Now, the reason why I'm talking about grief today, I had a therapy session with my therapist yesterday. She called me. And I just unleashed it all, I'm at, y'all. Me and LB, I DoorDashed some food. I had mild wings. She had teriyaki wings and some fries. But my aunt told me that it's not my fault. And that I shouldn't blame myself because the person that was presented to me was an illusion. And there were some things that I knew I needed to do that I had just been, dragging my feet on. But today, I finally did it. I deleted all of the pictures of my ex out of my phone. And it hit me like, wow. For 2 years, the person that I fell in love with, cared about, wanted to be with, wanted to, do life with, have a family with, that person wasn't real. It was all a lie. So this video isn't about them. This video is about me and the grieving process. It's one thing to grieve a person that is transitioned on, a person that's passed. But it's another thing to grieve a person that's still alive. Yes, I forgive. What I'm trying to do, or what I'm having a hard time doing, is forgetting. And bear with me, y'all. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, and I'm becoming more congested. Plus, when nighttime falls on, it get worse as far as like the congestion and stuff. But I'm having a hard time forgetting. I feel bad for, crying, tearing up. And I'm thinking about, my actions, like what I've said, what I've done over the course of time, 2 years. And now that everything has come to an end, the door is shut, everything that I've said and done wasn't a reaction, whether I knew it or not, or had proof or not, to what was being done to me. And as I read for you all the other day, I believe it's Luke 6, 26 through 27, and then 31. The part where it says, do good to those that hate you. Bless those that curse you. Pray for those that abuse you. And then 31, the gist of that basically says, as you wish things to be done to you, do also to others. Forgiving is easy. A person makes a choice whether or not they want to forgive. It's forgetting that's the hard part, And as I said, I've been, dragging my feet on deleting the stuff out of my phone. But I finally did it today. And I just want to know, what I'm going to forget, It dropped in my spirit. Think about how she feels, the other woman. And I was talking to God and I was like, I don't really know what to say about that because she doesn't have a child with him. I do. If anything, she's the lucky one because she doesn't have that ties to them, to that person. Our child is upstairs asleep. She's going to be one next month. And I told God I didn't blame him, I said, God, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all, because the signs were always there. The disrespectful comments, the hurtful things that he used to say to me. Spitting in my face, February of last year, 2024. Right after I found out I was pregnant. Kneeling in my pregnant stomach when I was living with them for those 3 weeks. Telling the girl that my daughter was his niece, having my daughter around another woman that I didn't even know existed or knew anything about. The family knowing, his family knowing. I never thought someone would hate you. Oh, and him calling defects on me. Not once, but twice. And if anyone is thinking I'm lying, I do have recordings in my phone where he called earlier in the year, demanding to see his child, and he's gonna see his child no matter, no, at any cost, and the hypocrisy, and he tried to co-parent and all of these things. But that was also around a period where he just disappeared for like 3 weeks after he got my lights cut off. And all I ask God is, what would make a person hate you that much to where they would want to stay in your life, break you down, and when you try to speak up, or when you try to defend yourself, you're basically made to feel like you're delusional or you're the problem? What can make a person hate someone that much? Because after everything is come out, I'm so congested, you guys. After everything has come out, I can't say that I hate him. And I can't say that I actually have hate in my heart towards anyone. Like, sure, I don't like some people, but I don't hate them. And my mom's and I's relationship has been very rocky, but I remember when I explained some things to my mom, and she texted me and she says, Iniki, I am so, so sorry for everything that I've done to you and how I've hurt you. I wasn't in the right space. I was hurt. I was this. I was that. And when I was reading that text message, all of the resentment and bitterness that I had in my heart towards my mom, it just went away. Because in that moment, my mom had taken accountability, knew that she had hurt me, and she said that she was sorry. And do you know what I talk to my mom today, now, as of 2025? I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything but love. I feel happy. That's my mom. So I guess I'm just grieving because I know that I will never get that from my ex. I will never get... I'm sorry, Iniki, for everything I've done to you. I'm sorry, Iniki. I will never get that. So, I don't know. I forgot what process this is, what part this is in the grieving process that my therapist said. But, she said that I was grieving. I felt it, but I never, called it out. Called out the emotion, because some days I'm good, other days I'm not. Some days I'm stronger, some days I'm like today. I'm really grieving. And, I've been wondering for the past few weeks, am I the only one that feels like this? Am I the only one? So I don't know, y'all. Hopefully Today's the 13th. Yesterday, August 12th, would have been our anniversary. But, ain't no anniversary, man. I know my heart is still good. I called yesterday and I left a message. The baby she kept saying that. I left a message. I know I know he doesn't listen to them, but instead of saying happy anniversary, I said happy August 12th. I just don't understand how a man can hurt a woman in the worst way and act as if he did nothing and go to the next person, start anew, and just do it all over again. The cycle starts all over again. And me as a woman, people hit on me all the time, especially now that I'm working and I see people every day. People hit on me all the time. Constant dinner invitations and, event invitations and can I get your number? I want to get to know you. And I'm just like, no, not at this time. Are you single? Are you married? Well, they don't ask, are you single? They just say, are you married? Do you have a boyfriend? And I just say, no. Oh, I'm single. Because for the past 2 years, I had been keeping my heart reserved for a person who didn't deserve it, who didn't want it, who didn't cherish it. And I know it's going to take time. My therapist says the same thing, but it's not rocket science. I don't need anyone to tell me that it's going to take time. It's just, it frustrates me even more knowing that the tears are still falling. Because I really did care, I really did care about him. What can you do? Other than wipe your tears and move on. And I remember one time he said to me, I would understand if people are coming to you like, oh, my man, or I'm coming to you as a woman. And I remember my rebuttal was, nobody's coming forward because they don't know I exist. Nobody has my number. Nobody knows my information. So you mean to tell me that, okay, July 27th happened. You mean to tell me that if I never made the phone call to make the report to defend myself, to stop it from ever happening again, if I never made the video on YouTube exposing the truth about this individual, you mean to tell me that I would have never found out about the other woman? Because she said she saw my video on YouTube, but she reached out to me on Instagram. You mean to tell me that if I just stayed silent, that I would have still been in the dark? Like I still wouldn't have known anything? I would have still been, gaslit, manipulated. I would have still been deceived. So it's kind of weird because it's like, why are you crying, Iniki, when you've prayed to God for revelation, for confirmation, for truth, and when you finally get it, despite it not being the way you want to receive it, you're mad. And I think I'm upset more at the fact of, why not just tell me? I'm sure we could have worked it out as far as co-parenting wise. Why not just tell me? We didn't have to be in a relationship. I'm sure I would have, gotten through that part. But to find out in the manner in which I did, and when I tried to email him, and all he says is, I didn't listen to your voicemails. I don't care about what you have to say. Stop calling and emailing me. It's like, wow. You really don't care, do you? You really don't care about how much you've lied and deceived, used, abused me. I really meant nothing to you, huh? I really never existed to you. I really never mattered to you. And I sit at home, I think about remodeling, I think about my future, I think about the next chapters of my life, and it's like, wow, he's not in any of my plans. I had to literally go back to the drawing board, make some arrangements and adjustments, and whatever plans I had for my future, for the next chapters of my life, he's not in them. Because he didn't want to be. Now, some of you may say, well, Iniki, I thought you said he did this, and I thought you said he did that. He did. He very well did. Which is why, another reason why I'm crying. I don't understand why you could still care for a person that's done these things to you. And then I think about Luke 6:26 onward. Do good to those that hate you. And I remember asking him, why do you hate me? Why do you hate me so much? And of course, he fed me whatever he fed me and tried to appease whatever. But I always had this unsettling feeling. He really does hate me. And every single person that has come up against me is no better than me. I'm no better than anyone. But I do have peace. I sleep well at night. Outside of this this flu, I sleep well at night. I do have an appetite. I eat. I love my job. I love my coworkers. I love meeting new people. Love my customers. I just love what I do. But I'm only there for like 7-8 hours, When I come home, that's when reality sets in. With all this peace, with all this restoration that the Lord has blessed me with all of these blessings that the Lord has given me, all I've ever wanted to do was share it. If I could rip open my heart and show you guys how I truly feel, everything that God has given me, has blessed me with, all I've ever really truly wanted to do was to speak upon the glory of God, the goodness of the Lord, and to just share my gifts, share my blessings, just share it. Share it with people that mean me well. Share it with people that want to see, good things happen for me. Share it with people that want to be in my life. I just wanted to share it. I don't have much. Everything I have, the Lord gave me. And I don't really care what anyone says because no one walked in my shoes and no one could. So I'm past trying to defend my honor or my character as a woman, as Idiki, as a person, as God's child. I'm past the point of trying to defend or introduce myself. I'm just trying to take it day by day. But it just sucks. 2 years down the drain. They say you never really truly get over grief, but I thought that was when people, when they pass. My ex is still alive. When will I get over this grief, you guys? It doesn't hurt as much as it did when I first found out about everything and when the girl contacted me and she came into my home and shared a lot of stuff and we both, added up timelines and stuff. I want to know when will this part of the grieving process, when will it come to an end? Because it's not fair to me. My therapist literally said, it's not fair. I'm like, I know it's not fair, But I'm also grown enough to know life isn't fair. But it's really not fair. Thinking that the person I once loved, had love for, cared for, didn't even exist. I feel like I'm stuck in a bad dream. And I'm just waiting to wake up. I'm not dreaming. I'm wide awake. My heart is racing. The question of why still rings loud in my head. Like, I'm not even mad anymore. It's the past, I just want to know why. Why me? What was it about me that you said, yeah, I like her, I want to destroy her? I'm going to abuse her for 2 years. Lie to her for 2 years. She's the perfect one for me to destroy. Why, Nikki? And to know that I'll never get an answer, that hurts. That hurts. Really does hurt. But anyway, y'all, I don't even want to do any more of my hair. And I could really knock this out. I don't want to do it anymore. Let me put my arm down. I gotta shave. I don't want to do any more of my hair. I don't know what I want. I want to stop crying, but then again, I want to cry because I know I have to get it out. I just want to know why. So anyway, that's it, y'all. Again, thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for those of you that have been following along my journey. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your engagement. And until next video, be blessed, y'all. Later.